Welcome to the sunny side of freedom. Today we have 4 points in the house. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
How are we doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. For our viewers, welcome to the sunny side of freedom. Today we are interviewing a 20-year veteran, Army paratrooper, and my friend, 4 Points Ranch, also known as Brian. So I am so grateful that you took the time, that you wanted to be here today and do an interview on the sunny side of freedom. As you know, part of my mission is getting out veteran stories. And I wanted to invite you here today to share a little bit about you and how we met, actually. We'll start there.
Yeah. Well, we met on this app called TikTok. Yep. I was in a place, I've told that story many a times, kind of wrote in a country song, so to speak. I was going through divorce, lost custody of my son, and I was leaning heavy into drinking for a variety of different reasons, as far as that goes. Uh, And one night I was just scrolling through and came across this Veterans Live and decided to join in. And, I really, it really gravitated towards me about yourself and about a few other people that were in that live at that time. Uh, it kind of touched my heart, and it kind of spoke to me about, what I am, who I am, and what I was trying to slowly work on becoming. And it was just a like-minded people that I gravitated towards, that shared the same interest to me, and actually, were sober people. So it was just awesome. I loved it. So yeah, met y'all, and here I am.
Yeah, I remember actually when you first came in, and I think that's how we have all found each other. We're all in self discovery mode, is what I call it. I know when Sunny started her veterans lives, or even became I didn't call myself a creator. I just called myself somebody on TikTok until I became a creator. And it was all of our supporters saying, "You're a creator." I'm like, "What's a creator?" I didn't realize what I was doing. And, but for my journey, immediately, obviously, I started running veterans lives, identified a need, a huge need within our veteran community. They needed more support. And like yourself, we've had many come in and stuck with us for this journey. This I call it the healing journey, coming
Yeah.
together, better together. Um, and when you came in, I was so happy. I always get extremely happy when we have new veterans join our Veterans Live every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on TikTok for our viewers and those that are supporting us along the way. I just want you to know that we appreciate you. And, you're such a different person. I have seen so much growth since the time we met and what you just shared, going through a very difficult time for anyone that's been divorced, and those challenges and overcoming that to where you are today has been amazing. And I want you to touch base on that. But before we go there, I want you all to know, not only has he been a part of the Sunny Side of Freedom Veteran Lives, he's also met Sunny. We actually hosted a veterans meetup, which is something else that Sunny does, a part of her mission, uniting veterans across the nation. And in the month of October, we met in Mississippi.
Yep.
Yep. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so you uh started to talk about your mission and uniting veterans across America. And as I started to get to know y'all and laugh and put on my silly helmets and have a good time, and actually be, yeah, be sober. I was intrigued, and I started to meet, yourself, 420 Chief, Rich, Rob, uh War Eagle, several others at the time, that kind of just resonated with me. And it's a little easier, I guess, because you're in your comfort of your own home, kind of like we are right now, and it's okay kind of to put yourself out there, but it's a way different step when you actually make that leap to put yourself out there in person. And not only in person, you get a flight, you book all this, you set everything up, the anticipation, the nervousness, and you're like, okay, I see what these people are like on camera. How are they in real life?
Right.
uh, yeah, yeah. So meeting and it as camera as real life, y'all are the same. Scoot, amazing brother. We had a effing blast. I guess thing one and thing two is what him and I got renamed there. We just
Story,
couldn't
true
stop.
story.
Yeah, we just couldn't stop laughing, man. It was just such a good time, and it just built that bond even more, ever since I got out, and to all the other veterans, especially uh younger ones that spend that short period of time find it a lot more difficult to kind of bring the civilian life to the military life, and then find that on the outside, find those people, because they had such a short time that they missed it, and then they're trying to find it again, and it's very difficult for them to find. And I found it a little bit, not, I can't say easier, but I had a successful career. I thought, may some may say different, but I thought I had a successful career. I met a lot of amazing people. I stay in contact with a lot of fellow soldiers of mine that still are currently growing up through the ranks and doing that sort of thing. But I started to lose touch with kind of, like, I guess, reality. You want to say it? Because like I said, I went to alcohol. I went to alcohol because I wanted to stay away from the VA drugs and that sort of thing. Because as I started to get out, um, I had a lot of fellow leaders and soldiers start taking their lives. And they were on pills and this, that, the other from the VA, and I didn't want to become that statistic. One, I have a son. I wanted to be there for his life, and the best way for me to turn off so-called military clock was to just get blackout drunk and forget about it. So that was easy for me. But then I started, sobriety, and talking to y'all and everybody. We all just started to kind of have, like, this story. And it was a similar story, and we all are kind of almost walking the same path. And then yourself, bringing us together and allowing us to open up and having an experience and sharing that. Man, it's just been a I'm just gonna say, it's been a fucking journey, and I'm enjoying it.
It most certainly has. I always say God works in mysterious ways and he puts you in the right place at the right time, and you just have to be ready for it and receive it and start the journey. But it does require that personal responsibility that we have to ourselves. Am I ready to do this? Now is the time. And like you, there's been so many in your stories, although they're very different, are very similar. It's that transition back into this chaotic world called civilization out
Yeah,
here.
right? Yeah.
It's it's complete chaoticness, and the message has been very clear. You're not alone. You're never alone. We understand, we see you, but getting that to a veteran, that message to resonate is not always easy to do. And that's why I've tried to be as consistent as I can on my end to not only show up every Friday, look, I'm here. We're here. You don't have to do this alone, even if it's that one day a week, until it starts building that community for the individual where they feel like I'm really not alone. I could reach out to 4 points. I could reach out to Chief. I could reach out to Chris, all of them, right? And that's really what it's about. It's been about building that sense of community, that safe space for our veterans to come together. Even though I myself I'm a civilian, I'm just kind of like the vessel leading the way, as I often refer to it. Lead in love, lead the way for others, and that's kind of how I see myself. And I'm grateful enough that I say God, I give it all to him, the big
Me
guy,
too. Me too. Yeah.
called it onto my heart to do this because I needed to. A part of my own healing journey is also helping others heal. That's helped me heal and finding out things about myself. And so my personal mission has been just that. When I found my purpose, which has been so much of this, uniting veterans, hearing their stories, sharing their stories, your story, because you matter. Your stories are important. And I feel like, I always sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's such an honest message when I say that in our society, we've done just a poor job, very poor job of educating civilians like myself and understanding the life of a veteran, what they go through, what transition looks like when they are done with service and are now expected to put on a new cap, a new uniform, just your everyday clothing and the adjustment and the struggle with that, not only for them, but also their family members. And that's really what bridging the gap has been and meant for me, which is let's bridge this gap. I invite all Americans. Too often I hear, well, I'm not a veteran. I can't attend the live. No, I want you there. You need to gain perspective and understanding. So throughout the last 2 years, we've had family members join the live to try to understand why their spouse is not communicating, why they can't talk about specific things, and maybe understanding a little bit more what PTSD means, what it looks like, how society gives them PTSD and triggers, you know? So it's really been wonderful because you have all, sorry guys, camera, hello. I'll get it one of these days because you all have done such an amazing job of embracing your brothers and sisters as they come into the live, like, hey, we got you. You're not alone in this. You know what I mean? It's truly
Yeah.
never been about me being that support on my own. It's been about all of you supporting your brothers and sisters. And you've all done such an amazing job of doing just that. And I do believe that's why they keep coming back like, oh, this is a veterans live, like real veterans. Yes, they're here. And they got you. They want to hear your story. They want to lift you up and tell you it's going to be okay. But yeah, we're also very honest. And that honesty comes, you got to put in the work though. You got to put in the work. So I
We'll
want to
we'll
say,
be we'll be there. Yeah, we'll be there. And but just like the military, we're going to hold you accountable. And you've seen that.
yes,
Not with respect and everything else. Uh, I respect everybody's journey, and some people are in a different part of their journey than we currently are sitting, and we'll be there because we've been through it, and we will respect you, and we expect the same in return. Um, and we carry that military to your lives and to our lives in general. We will 100% be beside you, and watch you as you go. And if you fall, we'll be there to pick you up, but we're going to hold you accountable as well. So if you don't like what we say, we're saying it because we care.
that's exactly right. And I appreciate you saying that because you're right. We have lost some along the way who just weren't there. And that doesn't mean they're not coming back. Some have come back. They just weren't ready for all of that. Sometimes I hear too much positivity in here. I can't, they're just not ready for that yet. Well, they will be, but I appreciate you sharing that piece of it because that's such a big piece within our veterans' lives. But I have to say, it was such an honor to meet you, honestly, and call you my friend. We laughed so much during our veteran meetup number 2 in Mississippi. We had such an amazing time. And I'll repeat this over and over. I am the luckiest person to have front row seat as the organizer and see all of you come together in the way that you do. There is so much love there. There's laughter, and it's just so amazingly healing. I felt so much healing happen from Thursday till Sunday. Um, and that's what we leave with. We leave with that piece of us that's kind of been healed, but we came in with a suitcase, you know what I mean? For those of us
Yeah.
that
Oh
travel
yeah.
by plane, and with his expectation, right? I hope they are who they say they are, but we left with so much more, which is the gift of true friendship. We've met now, and the connections were made, and they're still here to date. We carry this off the screen now. We have, whether they're phone calls, text messages, truly giving meaning to never alone. We know we blow up our text messages all day, every day.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and we are looking forward to the third meetup for all of you out there who are interested in the mission. Please also follow us on www.breakstigmas.com, which is a nonprofit that both Sunnyside of Freedom and 420 Chief have just ventured on. And we're super excited to do amazing things within our veteran community, bringing awareness to so many different topics. One of those topics that is very dear and close to our heart is 22. And I see that you're also wearing the 22 a day shirt from the 420 Chief merch store as well. I'm also a huge supporter of his platform and what he's out there doing. So as we're, focused now on trying to get our third meetup squared away and get all the details ready, I hope to see you there as well. But I did want to take this time because it is your story to give it over to you and check in and see where you at now. I know where you came in. What are you doing? What's going on in your life? Tell us about it.
I'm in my new home. Yeah. Woo. Wow, that was a journey. Um, it has been a journey. It's been I've been out. Wow, it seems like forever. It really does. But I got out officially July 2nd, 2019. And it's been a roller coaster, I'll tell you that. Uh but I've learned a lot along the way. I've fallen, I'll say, you fall as long as you learn from it, and you have the strength, get back up, keep going. I've fallen a lot since then. But one thing I didn't say, along this journey is I lost my mother to cancer 2 years ago, and it hit hard. It hit hard, but uh it put a realization in my heart. Um, get a little choked up here. uh Not just with y'all and the journey, and then losing my mother, and then it put my path back onto God. It sobered me up. I have full custody of my son now. Um, and I decided to like build this ranch, this thing, right? And it just seems like something so simple, and it just it means more to me, not just because of what I initially started out for it to be was something I was going to leave for my son, because when I leave this earth, I wanted to leave something that was more than just an insurance check or something along those lines. I guess people say you're leaving a legacy. So yeah, I guess I'm trying to leave a legacy. But then I started to come to a realization of what can I do while I'm here? Um, so the ranch started progression, and now while I'm here, I'm going to help veterans, and it's going to take some time. I've had a lot of people reach out. It's not there yet, and I take things very seriously, especially when I take this aspect of it and take the ranch. Is if you're going to do it, you got to do it right, and if you half-ass it, it's going to fall apart. So I'm not gonna half-ass it. I'm gonna do it right. And it's gonna be done, and I'm gonna offer veterans hunts, and I'm gonna offer it a little different way, because you hear that a lot. There's a lot of that out there. But my little twist on it is gonna be a sobriety. So, and not just because of me, I don't mind people to drink. I'm not, I'd say, a recovering alcoholic or whatever like that. So I can be around alcohol. It's not a big deal. But what I mean by that is the sobriety aspect of it, is to not only bring the thrill of the hunt and that sort of thing and that adrenaline to it, but to carry that adrenaline and everything over to talk about your past, but talk about it sober is a way big difference, and talk about it, drunk or whatever else. It just, you tend to blurb at the mouth. You're like, wow, that's fun time. And then, but to open up and to open your mind, actually, to really open your mind sober and talk about it and let those emotions come out then. And that's what I want to bring out, and the veterans that I bring to this property, and share that with the world, so to speak. Share that with you, share that with others, and share that with them, and continue to go that way. And that's the legacy that I currently am going to lead while I'm alive on this earth. And then, when I go, whatever my son wants to do with it, it'll all be left to him.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah, yeah. So that's where we are right now. I'm getting there, slowly but surely.
Guys, for those of you listening, I mean, that's pretty inspiring, right? When you think that has it been 2 years since I met you?
Yeah, 2 years. Yep.
Been 2 years since I met you, and where where we were when our paths crossed, right? You came into a veteran's life, you weren't in a good place, you had all this stuff going on, and where you are now, which is so important because we often can tell people Just keep pushing, keep going forward. One more day, one foot in front of the other. And it's so difficult to see that when, as when we're in that place. It's just hard. You can't see the sunlight. You just can't. And for anyone that's ever been in that position in life, and it doesn't have to be associated with drinking, it could be a life event where it's just very difficult to see better days ahead. I reassure you, they're there. They are there, but it is going to require the work that you put in. And you, my friend, have done just that. And I applaud you for that. And not only that, which is already a huge accomplishment. I mean, when I even think about your service, you said legacy. I'm like, well, you already have one legacy. We're on legacy number two. But and I say that for all of our veterans that are on this, like, this is the new legacy. I'm like, well, yeah, you guys are freaking amazing. So badasses, I swear. But to think that in such a short amount of time, and even the ranch, being a part of this journey with you and the Sunnyside family, we've seen the struggle. You had your set of challenges. It's almost like life is continuously challenging us. Come on, quit. Like, come on,
It is,
quit.
yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, or when are you gonna fall and stay down? It's like,
Exactly.
you came at the wrong person. I don't stay down.
You learn the rules of the game where you're like,
Yeah,
"All right, we're gonna keep
yeah,
doing this, aren't we?" It's
yeah,
kinda like that mindset, like, life is a game, and it's not out to get you guys, but it feels that way at times. Or when you're having a really great day and all of a sudden, like, something hits you and your day's shot, and you're like, "All right, it's gonna be one of those days." But at the
yeah,
end of the day, you've shown that resiliency. You're committed and dedicated to seeing this come to fruition, and look where you are. And being a part of that journey has been pretty amazing. I remember myself saying, "How the hell did he get that house up already?" I honestly
It's great.
remember this.
Yeah,
I remember you showing us land, dirt. I saw
yeah,
dirt.
yeah.
It was like, "Go you, well, you." And then first cameras, guys, and you go live. It's really a trip. But I remember this, and to see where you are now, or even see one of our own 420 chief who took to the road as a part of his mission and go out
Yeah,
and spend a week with you. I'm like, wow, we got 4 points in the house here. Not only is he building this dream place to heal for yourself, right, and leave this legacy for your son, but to help others. And then you have 420 Chief over here with his mission. Who's on, I mean, you guys are all doing such amazing things. And then to see him at the ranch for that week, and I'm like, this is amazing. Those are the moments that you're just like, this is so amazing. And I sit back and go, and I had a part in it, bringing you guys all together. I do. I
yeah.
watch. I feel really happy about that.
You did, and I'm excited to have both of you all out here. That's the next one. But
Yes.
it is, yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's awesome to see, like, you go into these lives and then all of a sudden these people, once we've met, and I don't want to leave out Chris. I call him like the Swiss Army knife. That guy,
Yes.
holy cow, you need it. Oh wait, let me go to my car. Like,
And I got a
how do you
coffee.
got that in your car? But it is awesome, it is and then yeah, Chief reached out to me and he's like, "Hey man, I want to come see." I was like, "Come on." Yeah, it's the journey and it's the support that you see that's not just uh you can't say fake, but it's just not on, it's not,
Word.
yeah, it's words and it's not just on screen,
Yeah.
like, yeah, we support you, and then soon as the live ends, so does the support. It's not like that. Yeah, it's actually, y'all talk afterwards, we talk on phones, y'all show up, we show up with y'all, we try to support different people,
Yeah.
and him coming here, just to see how I'm doing and growing and that sort of thing. And then it's hard to get it out of Chief, about what he wants to do, because he's a given person, man, he really is. And I started prodding into his life. What do you want? What do you want? And it's yeah, what are you trying to do? But it's awesome to see that. It's awesome to see yourself and watch, you grow and bring us all together. And then your mission as well, the sunny side of freedom, and how that all of a sudden evolved into break stigmas, and bringing awareness. It wasn't just, because you talk about it a lot, is Red Friday one, remembering everyone deployed, for those that don't know. But Red Friday, and then the Sunny Side of Freedom, bringing, uniting veterans across America. But the one that keeps coming in and stays in is kind of what I'm wearing, is the 22 a day, which you're bringing awareness to and you're talking about. And that's what I talked about in the beginning of us, right? Is we found like-minded people, and that have a goal and that are pursuing that goal, and that resonated with me to continue to, not only be friends with y'all, but to share that experience and that mission with y'all. And then to say, wait a minute, that's when I was like, wait, I can do that too. I can help, just in a different way, but I can do that too. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, I don't drink and I don't want to bring that aspect to it. So I can throw a twist on it and bring something different to it. So to see all of this come to fruition is pretty remarkable. And it makes me proud to be a part of this organization for sure. I'm happy to be here.
Definitely,
And
happy to be a part of this journey with all of you. You know, you said something that's so important. When we all started, we're all on this healing journey called life, guys. Even our viewers, you're on a journey. You know, wherever you are, you're on a journey. And embracing 22 a day and really taking it to the level that we're trying to take it, which is that continuous 365 days a year awareness in one way, shape, or form, whether it's wearing the merch, whether it's wearing it during my planks, 391 days today, bringing awareness, which is something Sunny does every day. I plank it out. Some push it out, push ups like Chief, 22 push ups a day. I plank it out every morning with a mindful message to remind you that self love is not selfish and it starts there. It starts with caring enough about yourself that then, yes, you can care about others as well. But it's working on that piece, that healing piece, and then helping others along the way find the same. And 22 a day for me, I'll never forget it. As a civilian, when I first came onto social media, I had no clue what it stood for. It wasn't until I asked, and I was intimidated to ask. I felt stupid. I'm like, I feel like I should know this, but I have no clue what it means. So, one of the other things that you've heard me say on some of my lives, and if you don't know, please ask. We'll be more than happy to share it with you. And yes, we've had friends like our friend, I don't want to call her out, but we had friends who said, can you tell me? Because I don't know. She was kind of supporting it. Like, yes, like N22 a day, but didn't really know. Where now they're planking it out and bringing awareness onto their social media platforms. And that's what it's about. That's awareness right there. And that's action behind the words of let's help end 22 a day. And how exactly do we do that? These missions, we need so many. I alone, it's not going to cut it. You alone, it's not going to cut it. But it's all coming together. You got 420 Chief, you got myself, you got you. Now we have our friend Frizz. He's bringing awareness to service dog. What I've honestly found is that we're inspiring each other to take
mhm.
that next step, that leap, and find our own purpose on this journey together. And it's been so amazing to watch. Sometimes when I'm hosting my live and I see you all in the boxes, I'm like, look at all these amazing people doing amazing things. It's pretty incredible. When you think about it, I'm like 2 years ago, we were just like, hi, what's your name?
Yeah, really, that's the truth.
You know,
Who are you?
what are you doing? What?
Yeah,
No, we
yeah, I
see
don't know if I like this or not.
like, now I see it in this place, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, we've not only built a community and the community keeps growing of like-minded individuals who wanna celebrate life and celebrate each other in the growth because life is to be lived, and we don't get a dress rehearsal, we don't get to do this again, and the hope is that we reach yet one more, and that's what I say every time I go live, "Let's reach one more," and even this past Friday, I think we had 3 new veterans join us.
Mhm. Yeah, that's it, and, you we talked about this, right? And y'all hit I guess a little bump, along the way in my road is my platoon sergeant, took his life almost 2 years ago. And I already knew y'all and shared that with y'all. And he always smiles. And then I was truly upset about that. And uh I was like, well, how do you end 22 a day? When someone makes that ultimate decision, right? And you don't you gotta think about it. You're like, it's almost a courageous decision to make because the power that you have to actually take the ultimate sacrifice to know when you make that ultimate sacrifice, that's it. Like you said it, there is no do-over. So, well, once you make that decision, there's no code to come back. There's no restart button, and it takes an awful lot of pain, an awful lot of will, and all kinds of things to make that decision. And I thought about it and I thought about it and it kind of hit me. And you said it a little while ago. It wasn't today. It was, but uh, we talk about it, we educate about it, we spread it, and we don't stop. Because I don't think any of us have that one answer. But if you keep talking about it, you keep showing up, you keep caring, you keep you know, we talk about filling our cup, but sometimes you bring that person along with you and you say, "Hey, I'm here for you. Call me." Whatever, and if I'm not available, you others, 420 Chief, Scoot, Rob, everybody, don't leave money out, but everybody, we're all there. And it's to continue to keep spreading that word because I don't think any of us have the one right answer, but I all think we like a puzzle, and I know you like puzzles. But I think, yeah, I think with I
1,000
think
pieces.
yeah, well, I think we all carry one piece of that 1,000 pieces, and
We
I
do.
think I think when we finish that puzzle, it will end 22 a day, and I
I
think
agree
we all
with you.
carry that one piece. I do. Yeah.
And, thank you for going there with the conversation because you're right, bringing, the conversation to a place where it's comfortable to talk about, where it becomes a norm, right? I know I found myself this week define normal. Well, there is no normal, number 1, but a normal conversation where it's not taboo to talk about it. When you're walking in society, why both myself and Chief, for that matter, and so many others have out T-shirts and our merchandise. I have one that I love. It says, "Ask me about 22." I want
Mm,
people at the
yeah.
grocery store to say, "Excuse me, what does 22 mean?" You know? And 22, what does that mean? Veterans Lives Matter. Oh, this has something to do with our military. I want to start encouraging people to ask those questions because not all wounds are visible. And yes, when your friend did take their life. That was such a sad time for you, and we felt it for you. And we didn't always have the right words because it's so difficult to lose people we know, um, and especially in that manner. And I shared with the group on a Veterans Live actually 2 weeks ago. I had lost a friend to just that, not a veteran, but just the same, and it broke my heart. Even throughout this second week, I was trying to make sense of so much. And I think I had even shared with the group and I said, check on your friends, even the ones that are smiling, as I often do, the whole smile,
Yeah.
because not all wounds are visible,
Mhm.
period. And that's the truth. Just be kind to people, lead in kindness because you don't know what people are going through, which is so much a part of our message as well. Lead in love, lead the way. You don't know what people are going through or what kind of day they're having. Because life, yes, is to be lived and appreciated and be count your blessings, but it's hard. It's hard. And depending on the circumstances, the level of events that are happening in your life at that one given moment can definitely be like a breaker. And having veterans join our lives, for instance, I know firsthand just having them come in and seeing how you all take them in, like, hey, welcome, Um, we've helped people. I do believe in my heart we've saved people as
Oh
well,
yeah. Mhm.
saved people along the way. And that's what it's about. But we definitely need more leadership in that aspect. And we'd also like to see things change within our society, but it's going to take some work. And we're on the right path. And so many are a part of this path as well, which is bringing awareness to our veterans, our military, helping them transition back into society, and hopefully helping them guide them into a place of support. I know one of the conversations that is there right now for all of us is talking about the holistic approaches to the journey, right? Whether it be less of the pharmaceuticals more of the whatever it's music therapy, it's yoga, it's guitar lessons, it's tapping into the resources that help ground us, you know, keep us calm and focused, which is not something society teaches you because we live in a very chaotic and hectic world, which is constantly go, go, go. We're not often
Well,
taking too
and
much time for
we live in a world that everybody loves to see the car accident, right? I was
oh,
thinking
yeah.
about that this morning because I got a little, drama that is going on here, and yeah, we live in a society that you push out kindness, you push out awareness and things like that, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of people and a lot of time for it to gain traction. But
Absolutely.
I guarantee you, if you pushed out anger and frustration and hate and all, oh my God, you would have thousands of people.
Absolutely. We've actually already proven that theory.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
15,000 on TikTok. I'm like, "Well, it's like a turtle." It's like
Yeah,
a turtle. And, I've always said I don't need the following, I only need the following to get the mission across,
yeah.
which reaches veterans and military families and all those. I mean, we have spouses reach out, I'm like, "I really want my husband to join this group. I really want I want him there for the veterans' lives." We are connectors, we're networking, and if it's not my platform, maybe it's Chief's platform. And I'm looking forward to the day that you start your own. I'm just waiting. It's coming.
Oh,
I
it's
see it.
coming.
It's
It's
coming. I
coming.
see it. And I'll be there. I will be there. I want a VIP box, just saying.
Yeah.
But coffee on hand. But I will be there for that, and I will be supporting and rooting you on because that's what we do. We make the time for each other. We can't always be there because obviously life gets in the way and there's jobs, that thing, job.
I'm
Um,
trying to get rid of that slowly but surely.
There's jobs, of course, and we have families and, things that chores, those darn things too, those chores. But we do our very best to demonstrate that level of support, like, "I got you, I'm rooting for you." And I think we all feel that. At least, I could speak for our group. I feel that from everyone. But I'm super proud of you and the journey. And you're right. Identifying, you were talking about Chief, identifying everyone's journey has been interesting. I'll say that. I remember when I first connected with 420 Chief, I'm like, what are you doing exactly? Can you help me understand? I had no clue. And I was like, break it down for me, please.
Yeah,
And the same with you. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you
yeah.
doing?
You just
But
killing animals? No, no, not just killing
you
animals.
I explain this to me, not Bambi.
Yeah.
What?
It's more to it than
Or
that.
or even my journey, which has been like, "What do you do?"
Yeah,
"Well, how the hell are you uniting veterans? Can you
yeah,
explain this, like, on the screen?"
right,
That's how it
right.
started. And, I received a lot of criticism, not only for being a civilian, but it was like, "Well, okay, and why would they come to your life?" I'm like, "You'll see, just wait, because I bring the sunny side." It's the sunny
You
side of
bring
freedom.
you bring the safety belts and the harmonicas.
That's exactly right. We're gonna play music. Damn it. And I cook. And we
Yeah.
were and I have to say this, I mean, I have to plug in Chris because yes, I didn't when you were talking, but freaking Chris, we love you, Chris. And I love all of you guys, but during our last meetup, and I have to say that my shopping was pretty good. I had everything I needed, but
Yeah,
when
mhm.
I'm securing the lodging for our events, of course, I have to go and do the groceries for these cabins. I'm like, "What else do we need? All the condiments, you know." And at one point I was like, "I need mustard." I think it was mustard. There goes Chris, I got that in my car.
I got that. I got that. They're like, what do you got in your car?"
And then I'm like, "All right, cabin number whatever." I'm like, "I may need your coffee pot so I can" we get up in the morning and we have 2 coffee pots percolating. He's like, "I got one in my car." I'm like, "We love you, Chris. What else you got in your car?" You know? But I just had to go there because that added so much humor, but what such amazing human beings that, continuously participate. I mean, I'm so lucky, and just 2024, I think I've met, like, 19 of you.
Yeah.
19 of you, and from
Mhm.
all over the US. I mean, that speaks volumes. These are real connections, but more importantly for me, after we all leave, it's how you all continue to show up for each other, not just on the live platforms, but off the lives. You're meeting up in person. I know Chief met up with you. He's met up with Rob Hanks. I mean, this is continuously what's going to happen. Recently, a few months back, we met up in upstate New York, both myself, Chief, Rich as well. And that's really what keeps these friendships solid and in a place where if you need a friend, you can call a friend and they're going
Yeah.
to pick up. And I really do mean that. Um, and it's just been amazing. And I can't wait for this to continue on, going forward. So if you are watching this and you believe in the mission and you believe in the power of strength in numbers and truly giving meaning to never alone, helping and supporting our veteran community, support the mission. And doing so, please visit the website www.breakstigmas.com. Get familiarized what the Sunny Side of Freedom family is doing and the 420 Chief family is doing. We've come together to actually make a difference. These aren't just words, these aren't just fancy words on a website, but actually action behind. We want to see change happen. And we do this by leading in love and helping each other because life is hard and it's intended to be supportive. We're supposed to support each other. I think actually this morning on my plank video, it was kind of my message,
Mm.
aside from leaning into love, we need love, guys. We need human connection. Even though our good friend Rob Hanks, big bro, loves to
His
live in a
bubble.
bubble. He does come outside his bubble. I promise you, he does because I've met him like 3 times already, 3 or 4. But either way, and he's amazing. Um, but keep supporting our veteran community. They need you. They need all of us. You don't have to be a veteran to support the mission. You don't have to be affiliated in any way, but just, level up is what I say. As a society, we've done a terrible job and it's time. The time is here and it's now. It's time to start talking about uncomfortable conversations such as PTSD, breaking the stigmas. Not all veterans are not the only ones, I should say, that have PTSD. Anyone can have PTSD, anxiety, depression, and so on. Let's keep talking about 22 a day, a number that is represented, but we know to be much higher than 22 a day who take their life. Let's be better. Let's be about it instead of talk about it all the time. Um, I appreciate you so much. Any closing thoughts that you have that you want to share with all of us? Anything in the near future that we need to look out for?
For well, small stuff, but the big one that I'm uh putting out here is trying to find cabins. So that's the big next step. Now there's some small things,
Can't wait. Can't
yeah.
wait.
There's some small
Cabins
stuff
coming
that you
up.
it's like the behind the scenes, you have cleaning stations, fixing roads, all the small stuff. But the big one, yeah, is to start to work on cabins to bring guests here, and even with my current situation, I can still, entertain that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say, keep keep showing up. We are making a difference. It's you say it's individual missions, but at the same time you see individual missions kind of clad together, and cross, and it becomes a remarkable thing. And from the lowest enlisted soldier to officer, that spent their 4 or 6 years or whatever, that did and got out and needs a connection. We're here for you, for the even the 20-year veteran, 15, 18, whatever. And then, bridging that gap, I wanted to talk about that. I heard a lot, over the years with you, a lot of say, well, no one understands my story, no one understands my life, and especially, military, no one understands my military background. Well, one, we do understand, but two, it is a similar story to a civilian. You experienced it just 2 weeks ago. Okay, it wasn't a veteran that committed suicide, but it was still a number of a 22 a day, and I consider that the same. However you look at that, it's still a problem, whether it be military or civilian. Same thing as you said is PTSD. PTSD is real in so many different aspects of everyone's lives. trauma, it doesn't have to just be in a combat zone. It doesn't have to, revolve around just military. Trauma is in everybody's life, civilian and military. And as you start to transition to civilian life, you kind of start to understand that, because civilians, uh I'll put this out there, sometimes they don't care about your military background. It's the truth. That's reality. But it's your mindset that carries that over to civilian life, and then you start to kind of figure a way to mesh those two together. And you are 100% doing that, and I thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. You are breaking that stigma. You are bringing that that civilian slash military life together to say, okay, well, this happened to me in the military. Well, it also happens in the civilian world, and they actually meet. There is it's not just one side to every story. So I challenge all of her listeners that are on here to come say hi. We're real, and I was like, yeah, I'm a real person, and I'm real here, and I'm real online. But we're real. We'll be honest with you, and we'll support you, and like I said, and we'll be, like I think I already said it. We'll be honest with you. And we'll be there,
We'll
and
be there.
I know, yep, and I know you'll be there too. And I thank you every
Absolutely.
day, every day.
I'm grateful for you too.
Yes.
And I'll add it once we're done, but do you have any plugs like a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook that,
I do. So yeah, yeah. I started a Four Points Ranch YouTube. So I have that. I have the Four Points Ranch TikTok, and then Facebook is right now personal.
okay.
You can follow me on there, but you better be respectful. There's still a lot of like active duty generals and
Yeah, yeah.
command sergeant majors, things like that I'm friends with. So you find me on Facebook, yeah, better be respectful.
Four Points Ranch. I am so excited for your journey. I did want to conclude by saying, you said one thing, we're doing so much behind the scenes. We sure are, guys. We're not just taking time to run these lives or our missions. I also wanted to say a special thank you to you as well, you and our good friend Scooter, because as of recent, you've also joined the Break Stigmas, and we're so happy to
Oh,
have you on board. So thank you for that and the work that you both are putting in and are going to be putting in to help support this mission that both myself and 420 Chief are on, because I see amazing things happening in 2025 for all of us. And for that, I'm super grateful. For our listeners, keep being amazing, keep leading in love and leading the way for others. Be the change you want to see and the difference. And it starts with you. Never think that you're not capable of doing something, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I've often shared with everyone, I used to be really shy. And here I am, not only am I here on YouTube, TikTok, and on social media, I'm actually out there in our community, uniting veterans across the nation. And that's going to be my legacy. And I actually said that to my children. I'll leave that. And one day you could talk about what mom did. And I hope they're proud. I hope that they're proud one day. Whether or not they understand it right now, when I tell them mom is going camping with the, veterans, they're like, mom's crazy. But I know they love me, and they're starting to gain more and more understanding. And that I'm so proud of and happy about, because they're educating their friends. And at a young age, which is where it should start, that's where it should start. And in society, this is what we need to be talking about more and more. It's not taboo, it's life. And we're going to keep on living, and we're going to keep on smiling. Much love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here today. Go have an amazing day. And thank you, 4 Points. You're my friend. I'm honored to have you on. And we'll talk again soon. Keep us posted. And we'll follow you on YouTube and your other platforms for more updates. Have an amazing day. Thank you.
uh,